What's happening? What's going on? Hump
Happening.
day.
Hump day.
It means it's Wednesday. Wicked Wednesday sports tea. Got a good pot of tea here for you all today. Got a few things to talk about. I am your host, OGBigsam, aka Mr. White. And this here gentleman over here next to me is known as the franchise. Big
Who's that nigga? Who that nigga up there on that nag?
Hey, oh man, yeah, we got a few things we gonna get. We got some bona fide contestants for Sports TW of the week. Um, we gonna talk about them girls, them dreams. Uh, I didn't see it, but I hear we didn't look too good in game two, but we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about this Atlanta Falcons offense. We're going to get into a little bit of our next opponent, and we're going to have a conversation about them Cleveland Browns and the choice that they must make right now concerning one Shadur Sanders. And just to get just off the top of my head, man, I prefaced this particular comment and thought with the sentence of I try not to go into the AAU Jackson for Sugar, but yeah, y'all make it too easy, man. Y'all make it too easy. This dude goes out here and they did what they did against Cleveland. And here's my thing about all that now. Okay, we had a couple of teams that had blowouts on Sunday. All right. I'm gonna give it to just these two. Buffalo Bills
Uh-huh.
and Baltimore Ravens. Now, by watching these games, you can tell whose mind is on getting to that big game at the end of the year, and you could tell whose mind is on padding stats and looking for an MVP. Because Buffalo's game, they's up by 25 in the fourth quarter. Josh Allen didn't even play in the fourth quarter. It is over here in Baltimore. They up 30. And Lamar AAU Jackson is out here in the fourth quarter and throwing the ball like they down by 3. I'm just saying, what's wrong with that pitch? Why would you have if you up by 30 with nothing in sight that says you're gonna lose that game? Why would you have your franchise quarterback and most of your starters still in that game? I'm just giving you a little something to think on. I'm just saying. I try to stay out of AAU land. I try my damnedest. But when something like that, and then y'all want to run out here and have a whole parade about a passer rating? Oh, he's the greatest quarterback ever to do it. I'm sorry, the greatest quarterback a couple of the greatest quarterbacks to ever do it got multiple Super Bowl appearances and wins. The Joe Montanas, the Tom Brady's, the Peyton Mannings, you know what I'm saying? The Terry Bradshaws, the Roger Staubachs. I'm just saying. Some of the greatest to ever do it, they've touched the Super Bowl, done played in the Super Bowl, won or lost in the Super Bowl. See, this is what I be talking about. Y'all keep wanting to put this man ass cheeks in a pedestal where he is qualified to take a shit at. I'm just saying. It's just it just stuff that make you say, what the fuck? You know what I mean? But it's just me. It's just me. Yeah, having grew up on the quarterbacks that I grew up on. You know what I'm saying? And the quarterback standards that were set by those quarterbacks. And I find it funny that we're not allowed to hold him to those standards when people say he's an elite quarterback and he's the best to ever do it. He's the best in the league, and he's only seen one conference championship game, no Super Bowls, and got a below 500 playoff record, and has turned the ball over twice in every playoff loss that he got. I'm just but at any rate, our Atlanta Dream on yesterday played game 2, and from my understanding, got their butt whooped. What's happening, Mucho?
What's good? What's good? Y'all can hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you real good.
I bet.
Yeah. I dream. I saw game 1, which was well played, but as me and Franchise were discussing before we came on, things didn't look or pretty much go too all that well. Franchise, can you give us an update, a recap on game 2?
I'll put it like this. Indiana put belt tag against Atlanta last night. And I can tell you exactly where it went. As soon as Nia Tillman got into foul trouble,
Yep.
it went straight downhill because she's the one that gives us energy on that court. She stretches the field, stretches the court. She does all the dirty work, and all that. And as soon as she left, you could see everything went haywire. We couldn't run our offense. Our defense was lacking, and it showed. I mean, Indiana got us out of our, out of what we were, trying to do, and we couldn't recover. I mean, I was telling Sam that before we came on that they would get within the 4 to 5 points, like between I think between the late first quarter to the third quarter, and as soon as they got between the 4 and 5 points, it would balloon back out to 7 points, and then in the third quarter, what happened was as soon as Nia Tillman went out, got it down to 5 points, and then it ballooned out back out to 10 points, and that was it. We just couldn't recover. We couldn't stop anything on defense, and they were shutting us out on offense. So pretty much it.
Okay. Well, with game 2, going to get well, not game 2, game 3 being the make or break. You know what I'm saying? The tiebreaker, the winner go home. Me just going off of what I witnessed in game 1, I would just say that they needed to replicate that. Be aggressively physical, decisive, and disciplined, and take the easy shots, stay within the offense, and grind it out with the defense, make them have to go 94 feet, don't give them no cheap shots. That's what I would say that would need to happen in game 3. In order to keep this mission going. Yeah, we all know, closeout games are usually the toughest games,
That's true.
And with these teams being as familiar with each other that they are, that's what's making it just that much more tougher. But I think if we play our game, which is a physical game for the most part, even though the way this team is built, I think that they can play any kind of style that's in front of them if need be. I mean, they can get up and down the court. They can grind it in the half. In any kind of way, they can let it go from deep consistently. I just think that we should replicate what game 1 was. Just saying. Just saying.
One key I'm gonna say before you go on, Sam. You gotta stay out of foul trouble.
Yeah, that too. Because that was also key in game 1. We were not in foul trouble.
Yeah.
We were not in foul trouble. And we were at the free throw line a lot in game 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did not get to the foul line.
Right. That right there. Bending the corner. Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns. If you saw the game on Sunday, if you saw any of the game on Sunday, you saw Joe Flacco look like Methuselah. And then you saw Dylan Gabriel come in and look like the original member of the Bad News Bears.
Oh, man.
The Cleveland Browns to undo. Because I've been paying attention to what's going on in the media over there. I've been paying attention to some of the players that are on social media. It suffices to say, we're just two games into the season, and the powers that be, management and coaching staff included, have lost. They have lost that locker room. They have. When the best player on the team, the highest paid player on the team, is saying that guy, which Shadir Sanders, needs to be starting, needs to be first team reps, needs to be leading this team, and you find him consecutive weeks for the same thing. He was literally, what he was saying was true, but he was taking a direct shot at ownership, management, coaching staff, in on social media and after week 1 happened, post game, Myles Garrett has been outspoken about Shadur being the starting quarterback of this team. They have done their due diligence in trying to bury Shadur Sanders. Y'all saw the same thing that I saw in preseason. Y'all saw the same thing that I saw in minicamp, training camp, And if you've been paying attention, you know what I'm saying, off the field, I mean, he's the most he's the most famous motherfucker in Ohio right now outside of LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
The kids love him. All the charity events he's done, you know what I'm saying, football for kids camps and autograph signings and going to high school and JV games and stuff like that, man. You know what I'm saying? It's he kissing the babies and saying all the right things and staying out the way. I don't know what about anybody else, but I thought that he was the best quarterback in this here draft. To be a 5th round pick and looking at the state of affairs of this draft class that is presently going on in the season, you know what I'm saying? I'll go so far as even, include last year's draft class, the previous season draft class. He's head and shoulders, for the most part. I mean, Jackson Dart is running a close second, but
Yeah.
and he will be a starter next year, barring anything catastrophic to happen in New York with Russell Wilson. But he'll definitely be the starter on next year. Definitely. They're doing all the right things with that young man, and he will be well deserved and ready by that time. But this situation right here in Cleveland, which is garbage in itself, to even imply that Dylan Gabriel is any way, shape, form, or fashion better than Shadir Sanders is not only laughable, it's disrespectful. It's disrespectful. I know everybody saw the same thing that I saw from Dylan Gabriel in preseason with the 5 turnovers. I'm just saying.
Crazy.
I'm just saying. What I mean, what is it to say that you have a 5th round pick at quarterback who's the best quarterback in the draft and who's making more money than any other quarterback in this draft class? Shadur Sanders got the 2nd highest selling jersey in the league. Okay? The boy got a commission off his jersey sales. He got a $16 million commission off of jersey sales. Who does that? Then you done came out here 2 weeks in a row and they've seen his quarterback issues. Quarterback issues. Flacco ass out here looking like he in a rolling wheel, rocking chair on the field. Then you put Dylan Gabriel on the field, and it got beyond hilarious. I thought I was watching the episode of The Water Boy.
I think they might as well kept in Flacco. Sure, he threw for almost 500 yards. Might as well.
I mean, look at this. I mean, at this point, man, they need to goddamn undo the stupidity and go on and put that boy in there and let the chips fall where they may.
Or they could give him to us for Kirk Cousins.
See, you
No.
no,
He ain't gonna play down here.
no.
Hey, he ain't playing nowhere.
That ain't happening. No.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? He wouldn't come here for the same reason he didn't want to go to Baltimore. When Baltimore wanted to draft.
He ain't gonna play.
Do you think it really mattered where he went?
All things considering, it was collusion. We all saw it. We all know it. I mean, but for what's going on in Cleveland, I mean, even Ray Charles, and he dead and gone, can see right, you know, what's going on right here and what needs to happen. I mean, but you know, hey,
Are,
it's just me.
are we really surprised? I mean, this is Cleveland that we're talking about here.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
long has it been since they've got their quarterback position right? So, how high of an expectation are you expecting from their ownership to get that quarterback position right, or even know what the fuck to do with the quarterbacks they had? I don't.
Cleveland needs that man. They right about now they need him.
Yes, yes. It is there's no that like there's no saying need. I don't even think that describes what the situation is. Saying that they need you to do it, I don't even think that gives the situation justice, especially after Sunday.
Mm.
You put him at third string after watching Dylan Gabriel in preseason proceed to turn the ball over 5 times, looking like he was lost. You either stoned, stupid, or blind, or all fucking three. I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen in the chat. Hey Sonya, Keyshawn Blad, what's happening? ATL, what's good? What up, E? What's happening? You know, hey Toxic. Yeah, Toxic. Yep. Shadur Sanders jersey sales paying Brown stadium light bill. I'm just the boy got a $16 million commission off of his $275 million worth of jersey sales. Okay, I'm just saying. All right. Okay. 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 All right. All right. Um, anybody else got any thoughts on the Shadur Sanders situation?
Yeah. I'm thinking like it's almost the same thing. Like his team seeing he's not being used. I would think some teams would try to even put in a trade offer, especially those that could use it. Jets, um, quarterback that
Cincinnati.
yeah, that's not got hurt.
they
Like
Cincinnati went out and got damn Desmond Ritter.
Mm-hmm.
really
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. And Carson Wentz is starting this weekend.
Uh-huh.
crazy. Hmm.
Well, OJ,
Thought you said you had to go to work, man.
I ain't talking in the six, brother. I got a little time on my hand. I'm
Well,
eating. I'm eating a
well,
little
then,
snack. I'm eating a little snack right now.
uh,
All right. With that
Man,
being
you
said,
shut up, okay?
that's
You
low
don't
hanging fruit
say
right there, Sam.
yeah.
we're not doing that.
Let me see.
We're not doing that.
Tasha
But
said he's too arrogant for the position he plays. I wouldn't call it arrogance. It just look, if you look at what he did in his 5 years in college, from Jackson State to Colorado, he was the best fucking quarterback in this class.
Yeah.
And should have went number 2 overall, to be quite frankly honest. Okay. I mean, but you know what I'm saying? It's and I'm not necessarily saying you, Toxic, but I mean, a lot of people mistake confidence for arrogance.
Exactly. I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Mm.
that's been a whole lot of
Yeah.
people's problems
That-
with that man's daddy.
Mm-hmm.
That's been a whole lot of people's problem with that man's daddy.
Yeah, they
Okay.
always do that against us.
You want to call him cocky or arrogant? No, he was always confident in his ability to play the game. That's why he's one of the best, if not the best player of all time. Okay.
I've never heard anybody say that Aaron Rodgers is too arrogant.
Oh my goodness.
You making sense now, sir. You making sense today.
Now see and now you heard what I said when he went to Pittsburgh with him and Jalen Ramsey in the locker room. It ain't gonna be too much room in there for anybody else. I mean, but Toxic. Okay, okay. So now that there's a problem with his with his selling. You know what I'm saying? I mean, does anybody say that about Jefferson in Minnesota?
Nope.
Does anybody say that? You know what I'm saying about?
You know what? Okay, I got it now, Sam. I got it.
Okay, all right.
I got it.
Starting to make sense.
So he's not supposed to be able to be flexing like that because he's a quarterback. I got it.
You
know what? Wow, you just made a hell of a lot of sense.
Don't nobody say that about Cheetah. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody say that about Jaden Waddle. Yeah. You know, I'm just saying. Don't nobody. You know what I'm saying? Say that about the what's your boy up there in Detroit? Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah.
But it's a problem because his last name is Sanders, and he shouldn't be flexing or celebrating just like any other players do in the league.
He's a quarterback. He shouldn't be flexing.
You know what I'm saying? Did nobody say that about Aaron Rodgers with his World Championship belt celebration? Yeah, I'm just saying. You know. I help me understand. Okay, I've seen some rookies. I've seen some other rookies over the history of the NFL celebrate. So why is it a problem when Shador do it? Because his last name is Sanders, and his dad is Deion Sanders.
Hey, how you doing?
That's what it is. Just come on and outright say it. Because what you're saying as reasons that you call him arrogant because of his stuff, just tell the truth. Because of who his dad is. Because that's what a lot of this shit is about.
That's fact.
That's what a lot of this shit is about. That boy's a damn good quarterback. He's a damn good player. But because he believes in himself and he has confidence in his ability, he's arrogant.
And because he quote flashy.
Yeah, he's too flashy. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The hate is real. ATLEO, that right now.
Exactly. Exactly. They act like he's the only one.
And I didn't hear nobody mumble a damn word about Jaden Daniels every time he hit the end zone. And his little silly. I'm just trying to understand what's the difference. How is he? How what's the problem with him celebrating? What's the problem with him having confidence in himself You know what I'm saying? Just like any other player. And
Oh,
then you can't
because
say it's over the top. You can't say it's over the top.
he don't have a sub like a sad story.
You know what? Is that his fault?
No,
Is
that's
that
not.
his fault? Because his dad, you know what I'm saying, did a damn good job in his career and made money for that family and put them on the path to how where they wanted to be in life. Is
Yeah,
it his fault that I mean, you know what I'm saying? He grew up in Texas. He grew up in Texas.
any
He had a Nike deal at 14.
any
I mean,
father should want that.
let's keep it a buck, man. This is I mean, you know, he was because I watched him at Jackson State. My niece was in the band. My niece is in the band. I watched him at Jackson State.
I sure did.
Okay. And I mean, you know what I'm saying? And he was making do what he do. And they got to Colorado and they said he wasn't going to be a do that. And he went out there and was the best quarterback in the country. And the numbers back it up. And the numbers back it up. In this damn league, because of the majority of them that probably played in the league, that are in a position of management or on the coaching staff or in ownership that probably played with Deion or coached against Deion, you know what I'm saying, or watched their team against Deion and could not beat Deion. We figured, okay, this is what we could do. We're going to make life hard for his kids in the league.
Right.
I mean, y'all really want to sit here and tell me that it makes absolutely positively absolute sense to shade this young man who was the best quarterback in this draft to end up being a 5th round pick and being buried on a Cleveland Brown staff that got old man Moses and water boy Adam Sandler as the second string ahead of him. You really gonna say that makes total fucking sense? That the best quarterback in this year's draft got picked in the 5th round and is buried on the Cleveland Browns depth chart as a 3rd string. You gonna actually sit here and tell me you sat there and watch these first week 1 and 2, and especially week 2, and they put Dylan Gabriel who couldn't find his ass cracked with a fucking microscope, looking like the original member of the Bad News Bears out there on Sunday. Come on, man. Come on. How many more excuses y'all gonna make? Because it ain't about football. Because he's the best quarterback in this draft, and you can't say Cam Ward is better than him. You can't say it.
He was struggling against our second string.
Man. Yeah. All right. But because he could answer questions, you know what I'm saying, in a press conference and not be flustered and smile, knowing he's having stuff thrown at him out of hate, and smile and answer questions and pass it off and not sink to their level of immaturity in the game. Come on, man. Y'all gotta come better than that.
It's like someone entering a new relationship but bringing their old traumas into it, sabotaging a good thing.
Right.
When it's right there in front of your face.
This is sad. They trying to break that boy, and he's just sitting there, and he's standing there with a smile on his face. Not letting them see him sweat. Not clapping back. Just I'm here to, you know what I'm saying, to compete. You know what I'm saying, play my position. And you look at these first two games, and Flacco look at his age. Dylan Gabriel look like he need to be in the XFL some fucking well. Y'all got this boy on the sideline in street clothes. All right. Okay. Okay. All right.
What's the saying? Saying go? Cleveland go Cleveland.
Cleveland Browns are browning. Well, on coming up week 3, Dirty Birds go up Highway 5 to Charlotte. And you know, it's kind of interesting because I've been, you know, paying attention to what's happening, you know, up there in the podcasting community. It is absolute anarchy. It is absolute anarchy. Okay, it's absolute anarchy up there. They want to hang Bryce Young from every street light. They want to burn the coach at the stake, and they want to disown the owner. Now, coming off of last week against Buffalo, that offensive line lost the center and I think the right tackle, I believe. So looking at what we just did to Minnesota, that doesn't bode well for these Panthers.
Last week they played Arizona, I thought.
Yeah, they play Arizona.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I got Buffalo on my mind. Out my first topic, but
Wasn't they ahead in that game and they lost the lead or something like that?
No, they were never ahead.
No, they were playing catch up the whole game.
They were playing catch up the whole game. You know,
they almost came back, but then the offensive line couldn't hold up, and then Bryce threw an interception or something, and that was it.
Yeah, because I didn't see it. So you're saying the score was like bigger than what it is?
The score didn't necessarily tell the actual story of the game.
Right. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
You know, but you know, it goes without saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking past them, but the situation, given the state of affairs of our defense and the state of affairs of that Panthers offensive line, there are going to be some podcasters and influencers that are going to be on suicide watch.
Yeah.
You're going to be on suicide watch. You know, as far as they're concerned, that season is over. I was listening to their podcast and you know, they was doing draft strategies.
Dang.
They were over there doing draft. Look. Yes, was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. I'm on my way into work, and I'm the whole time I'm from the bus on the train to my final bus. You know what I'm saying? And I'm listening to. I'm talking about they're in full blown. I'm talking about intense draft strategy conversation.
Then tank mode week 3.
There wasn't even one person said, man, and judging what I just saw, it's gonna be some more hurt people after this week when these Falcons coming in here, and they got right on back in the draft strategy conversation. Hey, listen, Panthernation has thrown in the white towel. They are throwing up the white flag on this season as it stands right now as we speak.
I actually thought they would be better than the Saints, but at this point, I don't know who's worse.
No, the Saints are better.
The Saints are better.
The Saints are better. The Saints are better. The Saints. There's some flash. There's some flash of a pulse there. Spencer Rattler might be a little bit better than what we all thought. There's some promise. I think Kellen Moore may shake up some things. It may surprise us a little bit, but it's not going to happen right now. But there are some glimpses. The Saints. I still stand on my premise. You know what I'm saying with the Saints. But in the same breath, the Panthers are going down like the Hindenburg. They're going down like the Hindenburg. And to be honest, I don't think it's. I think it has more to do with coaching in Carolina. I think it has a whole lot more to do with the coaching. I really do. Because I thought Carolina did well in the offseason. I really did. I thought they made some of the right moves, you know what I'm saying, especially in the draft. I thought they did absolutely well in the draft. I mean, I think it's a schematic. I think it's a coaching problem. I really do. I think it's a coaching problem. You really don't see a vision or identity there.
So you saying the coaches are the plane, and I ain't gonna do that. Never mind.
Don't do that. Don't do it. I see where you're going. Don't do it.
Scratch that.
Ooh, toxic playing dirty pool.
Carolina back to the wide receiver that catching and consistent passes with it.
Toxic playing dirty pool.
I just said the Titanic. How about that?
All right.
ATL coming in with the bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They fighting for who's in that the trash can.
Right.
Battle of the trash can.
Right.
But I agree, Sam. I was higher on Carolina than a lot of people were.
Yeah.
Because of what they have done in the offseason and that draft. But like you said, coaching and some injuries that happen, that kind of just tipped the scales, all the way off.
Right. Yeah. To the people that are watching the program, all 15 of you, hit that like button.
Come on.
Hit that. Hit that like button for me, man. Hit that like button for me. Hit that like button for me. Well, discussing these Panthers coming up next week, it kind of teeters off into our main discussion because I've seen a lot in this fan base. The armchair coaches, and GMs, and wannabe QB coaches, wannabe offense coordinators, and the fantasy football pundits mostly. The outcry of creativity, or being predictable, being like, for lack of a better term, being used. My question, my burning thought: do you want window dressing, or you want to go with what's working? Because we've seen this in both weeks, week 1 and 2. Okay, week 1, I gave props to Tampa. They did what they did against the run game. So Zach dialed it up, you know what I'm saying? And Penix was out there dealing in the pass game for almost 300 yards.
Right.
All right. We come in and all y'all and y'all all week long leading up to week 2, crying, moaning, complaining, we run the ball, blah, blah. And we come out and put a concerted effort into the run game. Okay. So much so, collectively as a team, we had 102 yards rushing going into halftime. We ended the game with 218. If you heard Michael Penix in the post game on NBC now, he said, hey, the run game was dialed up and it was working. You don't go away from what's working.
That's a team player right there.
I asked the question, what do you want? You want window dressing? You want that pretty shit? You want that mad excitement, highlight play attempt, or do you want to win? You want to win. When your defense is getting it in. No, Billy, I'm going to put it like this. When you get to an end of a game and one proponent of your offense shows you 218 yards rushing, then you move over to that slot that says time of possession and you dominate that by 30 minutes.
I played that out.
Okay. And then you move over to the defensive side. You see the defense, 10 sacks, 11 QB hits, create 4 turnovers, and a high rate of pressure percentage, wins. 9 times out of 10, you win that game, right?
Yep.
Right.
So somebody help me understand. If you're in a game where when you call a run play and you're getting 5 yards or better every time you hand that thing off, aren't you going to keep doing that? Aren't you going to keep running? When your starting running back gives you 143 yards and your backup gives you 76 yards, I mean, maybe it's just me.
You would think.
Maybe it's just me. Yeah, I'm just saying. Maybe it's what up, Diamond? Maybe it's just me.
Texans didn't do it.
I mean, because honestly, in that game, I said this, I did say this on Monday because both defenses were dealing. Both defenses were dealing. The problem was our offense didn't turn the ball over. Theirs did.
Okay.
4. It was 4.
4 to our 1.
Yeah. It was 4 turnovers. It was 4 turnovers. You forget the last one at the end on the
Oh
punt.
yeah, special teams.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, the
that
month.
was nail coffin right there.
Yes, that was just
Mike Ford.
poetic. That was just poetic.
That was just the icing on the cake right there.
That was just poetic. I mean, but what I'm asking is, all right, it kind of game flow dictates play calling, right?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? The flow of the game, what you're doing that you're getting results from, is stand the reason you would want to go with what's working, right?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? And in that game, you had, I mean, even with week 1, what was working? The passing game. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't get no traction in the run to the passing, and the passing game was working. We had 298 yards passing. All right. Week 2, it was the run game.
Flip flop.
Okay, it was the run game. We threw the ball 21 times, right, and completed 13. We basically threw the ball when we needed to. We didn't throw the ball because you know what I'm saying. Just we throw the ball when we needed to. All right, yeah. And I'm just just trying to get a grasp on the mindset, the thinking. You know what I'm saying? You got a situation where your run game is grinding it and grinding it and grinding it. Your run game, when you're in time, when the game is over and you win the time of possession by 30 minutes. By 30 minutes. Come on, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Y'all want to be out here looking cute, doing flea flickers, end arounds every other damn play. And when we got two of the top 3 running back duo in the league. One gives you 143, the other gives you 76. How you gonna complain about that? And you win by 16. Go ahead, Mucho.
I just said, mwah. Keep
Yes.
it simple, silly. That's what we did.
Chef's kiss.
And now, and you're probably going to be in the same situation coming up this week against Carolina.
Yep.
We're probably going to get opportunities on defense, and they're going to put the ball back in the offensive hands. I mean, all right. I'm looking at Zach Robinson. You know what I'm saying, from week 1 to week 2. Game flow has dictated the play calling. All right. You know what I'm saying? And it'll probably be the same thing again because you look at this game against Carolina. Carolina's defense spent a lot of time on the field.
They sure did.
You don't think Zach Robinson is going to feed off of that and do exactly what we did this past week against Minnesota?
If he's smart, he should.
And you know what I'm saying? Look, y'all fantasy football people, y'all funny, man. Y'all funny. I mean, if you're losing coins and whatnot, because certain particular things are not happening, Penix is not putting up 400 yards or running for 75. You know what I'm saying? You only get that, up the coast in Baltimore. when you up 30 and your starting quarterback is out there in the fourth quarter throwing the ball like they down by 3. Okay. Which still don't make a lick of sense to me, but I digress. We have the weapons, and we have the mindset, and we have the ability, as it seems, to make it do what it do. Should we be 2-0 right now? Absolutely. But again, that was rectified. Because looks like John Pacaromo is going to be it. Like he's going to be it because he is in there like swimwear for week 3. Again, another situation where you go, what's working? You go, what's working? Offensively, what was working was the run game. Why would you go away from something, that's working? Why would you, I mean, for the sake of the reasoning, you got to be creative. We were too predictable. Don't give a damn if that being if running the goddamn game and running the ball down their throat. We're lining up to run the ball. They know we gonna run the ball and can't stop it. Please help me. What do? You keep running until they stop it.
Ram it down their motherfucking throat. That's what you do.
Ooh.
Now, I'm sorry, you fantasy football numb nuts don't want to hear this, but I mean, maybe you should change hobbies. Because it looks to me like Zach Robinson is going to, okay, we got these two back, and one of them is arguably the best back in the game. Arguably. There's an argument there. For Bijan, the best back in the game. Marshall Falk 2.0 back there doing his thing. Just saying, but you got that, and you made that itty bitty tweak, and you see, you got Charlie Warner floating back and forth in motion. No, whichever way he going, that's where we running it to, and you still cannot stop it. I mean, y'all think we gonna do the same thing, did we?
I think it's gonna be a combination of both, actually, of the passing game week 1 and week 2, the running game, as well as improvement on the special team, like we seen in week 2. So I think it'll be a little more goulash combination of everything we've seen so far put together, a complete team.
Keep it balanced. Yep.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna see Mooney get more involved to keep them more honest.
That expectation he should have gotten, 10, 11, 12 targets. No, you want to work him. You want to work him back in gradually.
Get him in rhythm, right? Yeah.
You want to get him in rhythm.
Targets, over the course. Like I said, we threw the ball 21 times. All right. 21. We ran the ball
21.
We ran the ball, 40 times? We ran the ball, 40 times? 35 times, something to that effect? I mean, whatever's going to take possessions away from the opposing offense, I'm down with. If you're on the drive and you're running the ball and you're chewing up clock, I mean, I get it. You want to get touchdowns at the end of the drive. But let me tell you something. When your defense is dealing, and we came out with points 6 out of 9 possessions in that game. Come on, man. When our defense, I was 6 of 11 on third down proficiency, third down defensive proficiency. Just saying, they only man. All right, when you're handing the ball back to your offense more times than you're staying on the field. Okay, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Yeah, yes. Now, I'm just when you, I mean, and the coach staff, they're doing what makes sense. Like when everybody complain about Mooney getting the ball, you wanna overload him? No, you know what I'm saying. Work him back in gradually. I think by week 4 or 5, by week 6, there's going to be some, method to the madness. There's going to be some cohesive, balance. Going at this point, and he starts to figure out. Okay, and then Zach starts to figure out, and then he starts to initiate or dictate. You know what I'm saying? From a balance perspective, and there'll be some semblance of a stronger balance. Right now, you're getting the wheels are starting to turn, and then you get an even sense. Like, do this, and come back on this side, do this. I mean, because we got the ultimate matchup on the offense, the ultimate mismatch on the offense. Because you get Bijan in space at this point with anybody, and it's a mismatch. From linebacker to a safety to a cornerback, it don't matter. It's a fucking mismatch. Sonya says the Falcons that are saying their stuff are the same, ones that used us getting away from what works during the game, because deep down they still want to see us lose. So yeah. Ding, 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 ding. Yes. And Sonya, you need to holler at me and let me know when you're available, ma'am, so I can have you on my panel. As well. I sent that message, but nobody never got back. So, but I would like to, accommodate your expertise on these dirty birds on a regular basis, if you will, please and thank you. But what would be the ultimate question as far as the offense goes? What direction what vision do you see Zach Robinson trying to implement? What is your thought? What do you see? What and anybody can jump in on that.
Well, I go. I'm not really quite sure. Like, I mean, I see just continue doing what you're doing. I mean, it's a couple of improvements as far as like getting the plays in time. I mean, we still kind of see that's a little bit of an issue. I understand the crowd was rocking there, but I mean, we had the same issue the first game. it was a bit better. The second game, even with the crowd being the way it was, but still, it was a little bit of an issue. You know, get that Ricky, well, get that not Ricky, but get that guy some time to, you know, go through his progressions and make adjustments as needed. But yeah, I mean, just continue to use your run game and things of that nature. I don't really see much really more he could put in. Get in Mooney a little more involved this game. More maybe a little more picks throughout the game. We all know he had a good first quarter, but I mean, I think we good.
Now, I believe that this was the closest to be to seeing Penix in a combustible, disruptive atmosphere, if you will, which I think that he handled it quite well, because he got sacked 3 times. You know, he didn't try to do nothing out of pocket, but his initial response to plays breaking down, I thought were very mature. That's the word you want to use for the situation.
I like how he got on the sideline too about it. Like he had a few words to say to the
coach,
sideline. I can't hear. Get the
yeah,
plays in. Yeah.
yeah. He got over there and got on the phone and got up there and got on the phone to the booth like, y'all ain't moving quick enough. Get me the goddamn plays. You know, but and what do you think about, you know what I'm saying, Penix's poise in a very disruptive, you know what I'm saying, type of situation, you know, against that Minnesota defense?
Well, I mean, we all know that was going to be his strong suit,
Mm-hmm.
because he's played in some, tough environments in college, quite a bit of them. So I expected him to, know how to conduct himself in a mature
Right.
manner, as you say, because he's that's who he is. He knows how to get get the offense going and whatnot. So I expected that from him. I expect nothing less. He did an awesome job.
I think it
Well,
also helped too that cause they did say they had like crowd noises and practices and stuff like that to kind of help them get used to that.
Yeah,
So that might have helped too. Although it might not it might have done as much justice as the real thing, but yeah,
yeah, that
I think they
versus
got them prepared.
right, right.
it was giving them a little trouble at first,
Yeah.
but once they got in the swing of things, it wasn't a problem.
Yeah.
Hmm.
One thing for certain though, I mean, you know what I'm saying? If we're gonna get this consistently from the run game going forward like this, it's it's gonna be, we're gonna be a tough out. Let's just say that if we're putting up 200 yards, 150 to 200 yards consistently in the run game with this defense playing like this, it's going to be a tough out. I think life for Penix is going to be very, very, very simple and easy. You know, all he got to do is go out there and throw the ball 20 times or less, and we winning by 15, 16 points.
Yep,
Well,
just manage the game. That's all.
and
That's
that's
all you
it.
got to do. That's it.
That's it.
When
Y'all
I
out
ask you to go out
here
there and beat these
crabbing
man,
about 138 yards. Nigga, the rain game gave you 218.
so what?
The rain game gave you 218. If that man wasn't pressed about it, as you seen in the post game, you know what I'm saying, interview on NBC, if he wasn't pressed about it, like, shit, them boys were dealing. They were dealing. We went with what was working. Come on, man. Make it make sense, man. Shoot. If I'm a quarterback and my two workhorses in that backfield are kicking up dust like that, trust me, I ain't got nothing to complain about. And we winning? All right. All right. Gee. If the star quarterback ain't got nothing to complain about, what y'all got to complain about? Why you complaining? What is the actual problem? So what if your fantasy football sheets are jacked up? That's on you. That's your habit. You need to pick a new habit.
Hey, mine ain't jacked up right now.
I mean, yeah, I'm just saying, man. You know, I'm I'm a quarterback, and I'm getting 200 yards or more out of my running back room every game. You know what I'm saying? You know, because all right. I live with, you know what I'm saying, 13 to 21. You know what I'm saying? I live with that. I live with that. I'm throwing the ball 20, 21 times in the game. You know what I'm saying? And we dominate the time possession by 30 minutes. Bruh. All right. Okay. I'm just saying, you know, D. Coleman, we had a Shadur Sanders conversation. Cleveland got a choice to make over there. We talked about our girls who kind of, you know what I'm saying, flew the coop in game 2, getting ready for game 3 tomorrow. And then we addressed the trending topic of the day as far as, you know what I'm saying, the play calling that a lot of the fantasy football pundits weren't happy with because, you know, there wasn't a large number of yardage by our quarterback. There wasn't a large number of receiving yards, you know, with Mooney and Drake and Pitts. But, you know, like the thing says, you know, you want window dressing or you want versus, you know what I'm saying, what's working. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you know, while I'm at it, just where's this sports tea dummy of the week? Well, we got a few of them. Uh, our
Phew.
number one nomination winner. We got a few winners. The Lamar Jackson throat babies, as K Styles call them. I call them Lamar Jackson prostitutes. You know,
What's the difference?
yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? They threw a parade for a 102 passer rating and was, and everybody been on, he's the greatest quarterback of all time. All right, okay, yeah, all right. Yeah, how you gonna be the greatest of all time? You ain't even sniffed the Super Bowl. You can't get out of the wild card divisional. But anyway, um, Kevin Stefanski of the Cleveland Browns, our third winner of the Sports Tea Dummy of the Week for obvious reasons. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. And the Atlanta Falcons fantasy football fan community is our third and final winner for obvious reasons. You know, let's give them a round of applause.
I kind of want to give one to the Houston Texans too, man. They should have won that game against the Bucks. That,
How?
that shit is bro.
Hold on, bro. I just got a question. How do you let Baker Mayfield run on 4th and 10? You allow him. I don't understand it.
That felt a little familiar.
Right. Right. Vlad said, all I care about is wins. Drake had like 5 points in fantasy for me, but I didn't care because we beat the snot out the Vikings. Okay, all right, you know, you're the first fantasy football guy that you know that ran that. I applaud you, sir. E. Coleman's, man, we ran the ball and played D, 2-possession win. What's the problem? That's been my whole question. That's been my whole question all weekend.
That part.
Derek Coleman said Lamar and Derek the best 1-2 punch at running back.
You stop being messy, D. Coleman.
You being messy, D. You being messy, D. You being messy, D. Oh man. Houston pissed me fuck off. Yeah. I think we all that was watching that game, was factually, pissed off. You know what I'm saying? And they was at home. I was like, wow. Okay. All right. Okay. That happened. That did happen. So who the Tampa got next week?
Jets, and I don't think they're gonna handle. I don't think they're gonna take care of business either.
Okay.
No, because what's the name? Justina is out this week.
Did it matter really?
I don't think it really matters to me.
That's all I'm saying. Who they back up? Do you know?
That's an interesting question.
That's a great question. I don't know.
Wait a minute, ain't that Carson Wentz gonna be?
Yeah, I think that is.
No. Carson Wentz is starting for
D. Coleman says Tyrod
Taylor.
Yeah, Carson Wentz is starting
the Vikings, ain't he?
With the Vikings, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Tyrod Taylor.
Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although I don't think the Jets will pull it out, I'm rooting for them now.
Where they playing at home?
I'm not sure.
Or are they in town?
I'm not sure.
I mean, but it's the Jets, though. I mean,
Yeah.
It's the Jets. It's the Jets, man. It is the Jets. It's the
Jets, but it is Sunday, so
yeah. It's any given Sunday.
It's any given Sunday and stuff for them.
Even the sun shines on the dogs.
You said except for them.
No. They playing at home. Tampa playing at home. No.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is what it is. We can only hope.
Yeah, only hope.
We can only hope. But we're up the Highway 85. We Interstate 85 in Charlotte on next week.
It's a must win.
They have offensive line issues. They have play calling issues. They have some defensive issues. That's
Yeah,
what they got
they
issues
defense
everywhere.
is shaky.
Uh,
No excuses again.
you know,
No, none.
this Atlanta Falcons defense coming in hot, 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 hot. Um, they look for everything to progress like it has from week one to week two. I mean, coming in from week one, they didn't. I mean, because in week one they did get home on the sacks and dropped a multitude of interceptions. Week two went up into Minnesota with a surgical fine tooth sledgehammer and got 6 sacks and 4 turnovers, 11 quarterback hits. Hopefully all of that continues on next Sunday. You know, um, Sonya says the Bucks haven't really played good the first 2 weeks, but the refs have helped them.
Hey,
Why? Are
hey,
we really surprised?
yeah,
Uh,
that's a that's a good one. Yeah, I
uh,
agree
all
Hey,
right.
we gotta remember they helped them beat us a couple of years ago.
Right. D. Coleman said these next 3 games will tell us a lot. I ain't getting too high or low right now. If what I think we could be, we'll handle Carolina no problem. Right,
Thanks.
right, right, right. Well, gentlemen, be that as it may, and whatever it may be, give me your closing thoughts. We can walk on out of here and roll on over into Thursday.
Yeah. Well, I say this is a must win. I don't want to go 0-2 in the division. This is a should be win. So we shouldn't go in here lackadaisical and overthinking things and looking past these boys. It is a divisional game.
Go.
And yeah, we just need to hit on our cylinders and get this dub. Um Also as well, I just started my my channel, Mucho Grande, talking a little football and stuff like that. Haven't really went live yet. Did a couple of posts trying to make it a little shorter. So they're about an hour, a little over an hour long. So yeah, if y'all don't mind, just go there, check it out, like it. It's 2 videos right now. So yeah, that's
Okay,
it
well, we can get together, do some strategical meetings, and we can, right. So I'll definitely do my best to come, show up for you, and with you, what I'm saying, you get it going, get you in rotation, man.
for sure, for sure.
So, Egyptian lover.
Who that is? Hey,
Whoa, Debo.
all I'm gonna say is we just gotta continue to capitalize on mistakes. Uh, I mean, just call what they give you. I mean, if they're allowing you to run, run the ball, run the ball. If they're gonna, put 8 in the box, go over top of their head. But it's just that simple. Uh, and just finish. That's all we gotta do. Everything is right in front of us. Everything. All we gotta do is just finish. Just finish. I've said this. I'm continue to say it. This is gonna be our motto for the whole season. Just finish.
I like
Right,
it. Just finish
right,
for sure.
right. Well, my closing thoughts is gonna start right here. You will not change the narrative of AAU Jackson with a high passer rating. You're not. All you Lamar Jackson prostitutes, he is judged on postseason. I don't give a damn. He could win by 60 in a game in the regular season. It wouldn't faze me not one bit. It wouldn't at all. Y'all run around him, put his ass cheeks on a pedestal that he ain't earned. He is not elite. I end that Lamar Jackson section with legends and legacies are made in the playoffs. Right now, Lamar Jackson is an absolute scrub in the playoffs. He's Superman in the regular season. He's Ryan Leaf in the playoffs. Until he get it done, that narrative will not and shall not change. As far as my Dirty Birds, like I told these 5 or 6 old men in Piccadilly a few hours ago, the conversation should be about this defense in Atlanta. Not the offensive play calling, not what Penix is doing. It's about their defense. The identity of this team is led by this defense. Okay, and stop wishing up under the star because our quarterback, his name is Michael, and he's left-handed. No, he ain't that guy. He's a pocket passer with the poise of a 10-year vet. And the sooner y'all realize that, the better. Yeah. D. Coleman said, Ravens going to win a bunch of games this year, but he has to see Pat and Josh, and you ain't got the job done yet. Facts. Wild card or divisional exit. Facts. Facts. It is disrespectful dialogue to call this man elite when he has seen one conference championship game and he done shit the bed in that one. It is disrespectful dialogue to call this man elite when he's been on a team for 8 seasons that has had a top 10 or top 5 defense all 8 of the years of his career. That had been on the team where his special teams is top 6 or better all 8 years of his career. Been on a team where the offense is top 5 to top of the league all 8 seasons of his career, and you can't get out the wild card or divisional. He said there is no pass for that, and none of that screams elite. When all that running around like a running back gets shut down in the playoffs and he has to play the position of quarterback and gets exposed, but that's not a conversation y'all want to have. And with that being said, man, for the youngster back in rotation up under me, Mucho Grande, for the franchise, yo, man, you got to keep it A. You got to keep it dirty. And most notably, you got to keep it real with yourself. Let your next choice be your best choice. We out.
Peace.